Good morning. My name is Maria Jordan. I'm the EME Azure Hybrid Technical Specialist, and I'm here to talk about Azure Stack HCI, our latest and new product. So to start with, let's first, this is the agenda that we will have. I will introduce you the Microsoft hybrid approach, and then I will introduce Azure Stack HCI and its architecture. I will present some customer examples. And then we'll look at what is inside HCI, what are the form factors, and now you can start to evaluate the product. To start with, I would like to share with you our Azure hybrid strategy, where we want to bring Azure anywhere. And this is based on the three single pillars, which are, we want to bring Azure services where you are, and this is with Azure Arc, where we have a single control plane in the Azure portal in order for you to connect your infrastructure, to manage it from Azure, or for us to bring you Azure services where you are. The second pillar, this is the type of appliances that we can provide to you to modernize the data centers, and Azure Stack HCI is part of that, and I will detail that in a minute. The third pillar being how we extend compute and IoT to the edge with Azure IoT. So when you look at the Azure Stack family, we have mainly three products. Let's start by Azure Stack Hub, which is a cloud-native integrated system, and that is best used for disconnected scenario or for data sovereignty. This is really like having a mini Azure in your data center, and this is providing you the consistency with Azure. Same APIs, the same resource management models. So this is what we call the Azure Stack Hub, which is in the market since 2017. Then we have a cloud managed appliance, Azure Stack Edge. This is an appliance, this is like an hardware as a service where you can connect to the Azure portal, order the device, and then we take care of sending you the device. And this is a one new server where you can run VMs, IoT Edge, and Kubernetes containers. And the topic of today is really Azure Stack HCI, which is our hyperconverged solution, which is where you bring storage and compute on the same physical hardware, and everything is software-defined storage, software-defined networking, and this is really how we can have this hyper-converge in your data center, and it is fully integrated with Azure. The way what we see in the market, in the hyper-converged infrastructure market, is the three main reasons why customers are moving to hyper-converged infrastructure being they want to optimize their infrastructure cost, and they want also a simpler management because they want to have a tool to manage both storage and servers. And also what we see is the improvement in performances for a lot of workload, particularly on the SQL databases with the new disk technology. Let's deep dive now in Azure Stack HCI. So what is Azure Stack HCI? Azure Stack HCI, this is our latest operating system. This is based on Windows Server, but this is a new operating system. This is like the Hyper-V future. This is the operating system for virtualization host. This is not only an operating system for the compute, but also we provide you a software-defined storage and software-defined networking layer. And last but not least, you can run inside any Windows or Linux VMs, but also some containers with EKS that I will describe in a minute. You can run this Azure Stack HCI operating system on validated hardware. And I have put here the link to the Azure Stack HCI catalog. This is an operating system that you install on the bare metal. In comparison, Windows Server is the best operating system for guest or traditional servers. For example, you will see like the file services, DNS, DHCP, etc. On Azure Stack HCI, we have removed all that services which are not needed for a virtualization operating system. This is really the next version of Hyper-V, if you want. Azure Stack HCI is really delivered as an Azure hybrid services. What does it mean? It's you don't have to buy licenses. It's automatically built to your Azure subscription. You pay per use. There is no particular contract that you need to sign. It's covered by the Azure services terms. You don't have a separate support contract because you can leverage the Azure support from the Azure portal. And there is no version to upgrade because it's a subscription, you are always entitled to receive the latest updates. So it's a continuous feature updates. Let's deep dive into what is Azure Stack HCI. So in terms of hyperconverge, we have three thematics: hyperconverge infrastructure stack. Then we'll see what are the delivered as an Azure hybrid services. And then we'll see what tools you can use to manage it. In terms of Azure Stack HCI, as we have described, this is, so you have a physical server, this is your physical premises, and Azure Stack HCI, this is really a bare metal operating system. By the way, this is industry standard servers that are, and we have more than 200 type of solutions based on that. So this bare metal operating system that you install on your servers, the way to install it, so this is our latest Azure Hypervisor. You install it, you have like this minimal interface optimized for virtualization. And then you have this minimal local user interface, as Azure Stack HCI is really designed to be remote managed. You can manage Azure Stack HCI from two ways. You can manage locally by using the Windows Admin Center, or you can manage Azure Stack HCI from Azure. As we were speaking, this is an Azure service. The main benefit of Azure Stack HCI, this is one of the benefits and one of why customers are using it, is really to reduce the cost. Because the hardware is integrated in the solution is a software-defined storage. When you compare Azure Stack HCI with traditional servers, with traditional storage area networks, we find out, actually not us, but the customers find out that this is an example for the Canadian Museum for Human Rights, that they find out that running the same type of solutions on traditional SAN will have cost them 4 times more. I have put in the link the details of this case study. So what is in this hyper-converged infrastructure? So by default, we have a native disaster recovery with stress clustering. The minimum size for an Azure Stack HCI cluster is two nodes, 2 hosts. And if you want to have like replication between 2 of your locations, you can use out of the box a stretch clusters, and you can leverage synchronous or asynchronous storage replication to have this then the automatic VM failovers between the 2 sites. In terms of another advantages is if you're using one of the integrated Azure Stack HCI appliance, you will be able to leverage, for example, the integration of the firmware and BIOS upgrade. This is an example of a screenshot from Dell EMC OpenManage, which is integrated in the Windows Admin Center. And that means that we have a workflow for you to have a seamless experience when you will need to upgrade the disk firmware, for example, or the server's BIOS. All that is integrated, and the VMs are moved nodes between nodes to avoid any disruption. So we say that Azure Stack HCI is delivered as an Azure hybrid services. What does it mean? Azure Stack HCI is natively integrated within Azure. So inside Azure, we have developed what we call an Azure Stack HCI resource provider. And this is to provide the view. So you have your HCI clusters on premises, and you can project inside your Azure subscription, inside a resource group, your HCI cluster. And all that is built in. You don't need to install any extra agent. It's totally built in. The way we are doing that, this is a new service which is named HCI SVC.exe that is installed in this operating system. And with this component, this is how we are registering Azure Stack HCI in Azure. This is how the product is projected into Azure portal. All that is done for you without to be needed to run any particular scripting. This is just an example of when you install Azure Stack HCI. You have the Microsoft Windows Admin Console, and once what you need, you just need to register your Azure Stack HCI with your Azure subscription. You can put that in a new resource group, or you can use an existing one, and that's it. As soon as you do that, you will be connected to Azure. So as we were discussing, what is new? You have an Azure-based management for Azure Stack HCI. Let's imagine that you have different locations. Let's say that you maybe in a retail business, you have hundreds of locations that you want to centrally manage from a single control plane. This is the possibility that is provided by Azure Stack HCI and the capability to manage that from a single global view. And this is our, so this is natively present in the Microsoft Azure portal, where you can have a view and you can see all your HCI clusters in one single console. As we were discussing, Azure Stack HCI is covered by the Azure support, so you don't need to buy some extra support. Azure Stack HCI is billed per minute. So the way we are charging that, it's the possibility for you. It's I will describe the license in a minute, but what is really interesting is that you pay per use. And what is included in the Azure Stack HCI operating system is the possibility to leverage the extended security updates for Windows Server 2008 R2. This is included as part of the monthly Azure subscription that you get. This is in the future, what we are working on is to provide you the possibility to deploy VMs on Azure Stack HCI in your data center from the Azure portal. Here, what you see, let's imagine that you have deployed 2 HCI clusters in your data center. You will have this possibility from the Azure Marketplace to deploy VMs on top of your HCI cluster, which is residing in your data center. Today, if you want to deploy VMs, you need to use the local tool, which is named Windows Admin Center. And from this tool, you can create a new VM, you can replicate a VM, you can clone a VM. So you have all this tooling on premises locally. This is what we want to bring to Azure. Another one also that we are working on is to bring Azure Kubernetes services on Azure Stack HCI. That will give you the possibility, and this is right now in public preview, that will give you the possibility to run a sort of manage Kubernetes distribution from Microsoft, and to simplify the way you deploy Kubernetes clusters on premises. And just to be, this is a sort of architecture, the big picture. So we have more than 200 solutions validated by Microsoft on which you can run Azure, the new Azure Stack HCI operating system. On top of that, you can install VMs, Windows or Linux VMs. And then, as we were discussing, we will provide you Azure Kubernetes services, this managed container platform. And then you will be able to deploy containers. You will be able to deploy cognitive services. You want to use maybe Azure Arc for data services that you can install on a Kubernetes cluster on premises. So this is all the possibilities that will be offered to you. And of course, you can manage this type of solutions from what we call an edge local management locally from the Windows Admin Center, but also you can manage all of that from the cloud through Azure Arc, which is totally integrated into Azure Stack HCI. The tools, now we are speaking about the tools. Which tools really you can use? You can use Windows Admin Center that you already know. You can use Windows PowerShell. You can use, in the future, System Center. You can really leverage the tools, or maybe any of the tools that from our partners like Veeam, Altaro, Commvault, Veritas. You can really leverage the tools that you already have on premises to manage, or to, for example, to back up Azure Stack HCI. You can leverage, for example, Azure Backup to back up from on-premises to an Azure data center. Or if you want to keep the backup on premises, you can leverage, for example, Veeam Backup or Veritas Backup or Commvault. Oh, Altaro, by the way, also. We have detected 4 use cases when you can run Azure Stack HCI. We see these 4 use cases: modernizing a data center, or modernizing also some branch offices. We see also Azure Stack HCI when customers, they want to leverage to run SQL Server databases, or for customers that want to run virtual desktop infra with the local access. Let's go a little bit deep on the Azure integration. Azure Arc is built in. When you want to manage that at scale, that will be managed from Azure, and you don't have any particular agent to install. So what is really included? The philosophy of Azure Stack HCI, this is an Azure service. So the philosophy is the following: services which are free on Azure are also free on Azure Stack HCI. What I mean by that, for example, if you speak about what is included, the Azure policy, or config management, or automation, or desired state configuration, all that is included in Azure Stack HCI. And for example, when you have an Azure VM, all that is included. So you get that included also with Azure Stack HCI. Services which are not free on Azure are not free on Azure Stack HCI neither. Examples, for example. So all that you see on the left is included in Azure Stack HCI. For example, the possibility to tagging, policy, the guest, for example, let's say that you want to ensure that in all your HCI clusters, you have the same level of operating system compliancy. So you can force that with policies. The automation. And then you have the add-on services that you can still leverage on Azure Stack HCI, but that will have an extra cost. For example, like Azure Security Center, Azure Monitoring, Log Analytics, Azure Stack Replication, etc., etc. Let me share with you some of the customers which are using Azure Stack HCI and the reason why they selected. Well, let's start by this customer, Oklahoma City. And the main reason, so they have 3 data centers, more or less 1,000 servers, and they have chosen a Dell EMC solution for their hyper-converged Azure Stack HCI. And the main reason is because in the past, they had servers, but they also had the storage area networks. And by replacing their legacy solution, because they were arriving to end of support from their hardware, they are telling us that now, because they have they have a small IT team, and Azure Stack HCI is allowing them to simplify the management, and now they just have a team to manage. They are just dealing with the servers. They don't need anymore to deal with the part of the story, because this is included in Azure Stack HCI. Another example, this is the Canadian Museum for Human Rights, and the main reason here was a cost reduction, as they changed from a SAN to an Azure Stack HCI architecture, just to remove on the cost of the solution. Another example, this is from Norway. This is Duet, and this is a service provider that is managing for 12,000 customers SQL databases. They are managing more or less 285,000 SQL Server databases. And the main reason why they have selected Azure Stack HCI is also on the cost reduction. Before Azure Stack HCI, they had 14 clusters running Windows Server 2012. They had 8 racks, physical racks, and they were using also SAN. When they moved to Azure Stack HCI, they moved from 8 racks to 3 racks. And now they have 3 clusters, 11 nodes per clusters. And they are providing the same performance that they were providing before their SAN. In terms of form factors, you have the choice. We have many form factors from different OEMs. So we have from a small one, like the robot type of environment. We have like the blades, the small, like the edge compute scenarios. We have like the traditional servers, the blades, etc. I have put here the Azure Stack HCI catalog. you can click on the link and select your preferred OEM, and you will see from that which are the solutions which are available. And as you will be able to see from the solutions, we have a lot of different providers. If we come back here to the solution, so this is what I wanted to say. More than 25 partners, OEM partners, and more than 200 solutions. You have two choices when you deploy Azure Stack HCI. You can you have the choice of having a validated node, and then you install it yourself, or you can use an integrated system. An integrated system is everything come pre-installed, and it's super simple to install. Or you can reuse your existing servers. So the deployment options that you have, you can select an integrated system, then it comes with all the services, the software that is needed. You order the solution from your preferred OEM, you set up using Windows Admin Center, and then you download all the OEM's plugin. Here we are speaking about, for example, the tools to manage the firmware, the tools to manage the BIOS, etc. And then you just need to sign in to Azure and you are done. If you prefer to build it yourself, or if you prefer that the system integrator builds the solution for you, then this is also possible. You will get the hardware, you get the software, and then depending if the OEMs that you have selected, they have the integration, you can use all the OEM WAC plugins, or if they don't have the OEM WAC plugins, then you will need to find the drivers and firmware from the OEM, and then you need to set it up. In terms of licensing, Azure Stack HCI, so this is really the way we license that is per physical core per month. And the way to think about that, the minimum size is 1 physical core. And what is included in this pricing, this is we provide also at no cost the extended support update for the Windows Server 2008 R2. So how to think about this? With this $10 per physical core, you are always up-to-date subscription. What does it mean? We will provide twice per year a new Azure Stack HCI operating system. This is what we provide new features. So this is the way we provide that every 6 months, a new version. On a monthly cadence, we provide also security and quality updates. And then the OEMs will also provide some availability. But with this subscription model, you are always entitled to the latest updates. So this $10 per physical core per month, so it's predictable, it's simple, so it is not based for the course for running the virtual machine. This is really on the physical core. This is a very predictable cost. How do you license the guest VMs on Azure Stack HCI? So from the host, you know that this is Azure Stack HCI, $10 per physical core. Then, if you want to run Linux or open source software, that's all that you need. Let's say now that you want to run VMs on top Windows VMs on top of Azure Stack HCI. So depending on the number of VMs, if you want to run a few Windows Server roles, or you just need the Windows Server 2019 standard, and let's say that you want to run quite an unlimited number of Windows Server VMs, then in this case, you need to use Windows Server 2019 data center. You can reuse your existing license if you already have them. This is just a quick view on the technical roadmap. So where we are now, we are in 2021 H1. So what we have put in the market on the 10th of December, the new operating system. What we will deliver to you between now and June, so that will be the monitoring at scale from Azure. You will provide also the preview of the VM self-service from the Azure portal, and also the Azure policy, the automation, all that is included. We will also have an Azure Stack HCI preview channel. This is a way to provide also the new features that will be available if you want to test that, let's say in a test and dev environment, if you want to test the latest edition. What we'll provide you in 21 H2 between July and December of this year, That will be technologies that we are using in Azure, like kernel soft reboot that we are using in Azure. That will be like when you reboot a server, it's seconds. It's not minutes, it's seconds. And also one very interesting one is the GPU acceleration for AI and machine learning workloads that will also come. We have a YouTube channel now where we put the technical roadmap. And if you look at this channel, you will see that you will find the small videos, 2 minutes or 1 minute, just to explain what we are going to provide you, like the GPU management, or if you want to see the kernel soft reboot. So this is a small video that are available to you, and we showcase what we are working on. Then to finish one, let's say that you want to start using it. So you can start for free. There is no new hour to purchase. You can, this is free for 30 days, and we have put an evaluation guide for you where we document all the steps that you need. And this is Matt McPerry that write this document, and you can start to evaluate it today. Then how to buy it. So this is the links to download software. And I just put also for you the list of resources. So happy to have more discussions when needed. Thank you.